indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Join us with a moment of silence. Thank you. And I meant to say silence, not science. All right, let's start off round one, citizen concerns. All right, moving on then, approval of the agenda. I'll move it.
Second.
Motion by Raddick, second by Taylor. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Passes 5-0. Moving on to the consent agenda. Items 3 through 8 constitute a consent agenda of routine action items to be considered by one motion. Items pass unanimously unless a separate vote is requested by a board member. Item 3, approval of the minutes of the September 3rd, 2019 meeting. Item 4, approval of claims. Item 5, from board administration, approval of notice of property sale resolution for 1623 Villa Avenue for Tuesday, September 24th at 4:35 p.m. Item 6 from Human Resources, approved memorandum of personnel transactions. Item 7 from Board Administration, approval of resolution thanking and commending Forrest Johnson for his years of service with Woodbury County. That was 7A. 7B, approval of lifting tax suspension for petitioners who failed to recertify their income or income does not qualify for continued tax suspension. 8A, approve the permit to work in right-of-way for Lee Westergaard. And 8B, these are from secondary roads, consideration of utility permit for installation of fiber optic cable and county rights-of-way for long lines. And that ends the consent agenda. Any questions on any of those items? I will move it.
Second.
Motion by Raddick, second by Ung. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That passes 5-0. Moving on to item 9, a presentation of resolution thanking and commending Lori Baldwin for her years of service with Woodbury County. All right, Miss Lori, you all right? Oh. We can go right to the center here. We'll get you on YouTube, front and center. Everybody on the internet will know about this.
That's right.
All right, this is a nice burled frame. We improved it for you, Lori.
Thank you.
All right, so this says, whereas Lori Baldwin has capably served Woodbury County as an employee of Siouxland District Health Department for 27 years from October 26th in 1992 to September 3rd, 2019. And whereas the service given by Lori Baldwin as a Woodbury County employee has been characterized by her dedication to the best interests of the citizens of Woodbury County, and now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Supervisors of Woodbury County, Iowa, that the undersigned members of this board thank and commend Lori Baldwin for her years of service. Thank you. All right. Yeah, have a good day. I just want to know if it's possible to ever get a resolution where the chair doesn't have to cough halfway through. I'm sorry, I apologize for that, but I think I'm like 4 for 4 on those. Item 10, oh, actually, we got to vote on that, don't we? Or, no, that's just a presentation. We already voted on it. Item 10, Community Action Agency of Siouxland. Jean Logan? She is not here. Approval of appointment of Heidi Nelson to the Community Action Agency Board of Directors. Oh, okay, you're Jean Standard?
I'm Heidi Nelson.
All right.
I'm then public health nurse, clinic manager at the health.
Come right up to the microphone, say who you are and everything. What's the official stuff she's going to say, name and address?
Okay, Heidi Nelson, my address 1304 South Patterson Street, Sioux City, Iowa 51106. I am just introducing myself. My name's Heidi Nelson. I have been a public health nurse at the health department for about a year now. I've worked as a nurse for about 11 years, so I hope to bring my experience to the Community Action Agency as the board.
Sounds great.
I'll move approval.
I'll second. So motion by DeWitt, second by Raddick.
Thank you.
And any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Passes 5-0. So we are right up to 4:35 here. Bunch of set times here. Oh, it says 4:35 on my device. All right, so here we go. 11A, public hearing and sale of property parcel, two parcels, 2107 Myrtle and 2111 Myrtle. We are now in a public hearing on this item. Anyone to be heard for or against the sale of this property?
Hearing none, Mr. Chair, I move that the public hearing be closed.
I'll second. Motion by Taylor, second by Radig. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That passes 5-0. We are now taking bids. Are we selling them separate or together? What is the protocol on this? Yeah, they're separate, aren't they? Yes. Correct. So 2107 Myrtle. Anyone that'd like to purchase that, please make your way to the podium and make your bid.
This is not for the city of Sioux City.
Oh, they're not separate. Oh, this is a direct sale, right? Okay. All right, well then, what was that amount in the, anyone got that handy?
1,040.
We're great.
Same question, it's sold to the city of Sioux City for $1,040.
Second.
Motion by Taylor, second by Ung. Any other discussion on that item? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? That passes 5-0. Moving on to the 4:37 set time, 11B, public hearing and sale of property parcel known as 212 Kansas Street. We are now in a public hearing. Anyone to be heard for or against the sale of that property, please come forward.
I have the property next door to it, and I would be interested in purchasing.
Okay, so we have interest in sales on that. Any other discussion or any questions for or against selling the property?
We have to have the public hearing first, then we'll sell it.
Okay.
So, all
Excuse
right.
me.
No, that's no problem. You can stay right there if you're going to bid, so. Seeing no other discussion, I'll move the public hearing be closed.
Second.
Motion by Raddick, second by DeWitt. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Passes 5-0. We're now taking bids. Go ahead and give your name and your dollar amount there.
My name is Dan Geezy, and what else do you need?
The amount you're going to bid.
500?
You can start at the minimum if you like.
Oh,
It's 427 is the minimum.
okay. The minimum is,
427.
yeah, I'll just start with the 427. Yep.
All right. Any other bidders on Kansas Street?
Move that the property be sold to Mr. DC for $427.
Second.
I'll give that Taylor, DeWitt with the second. Any discussion on the item? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? All right, Dan Geesey has spent $427 and gained a piece of property. You'll talk with
Karen.
Karen. All right.
Okay, thank you.
And we are right about there, are we not? No? 1 minute? All right, 4:40, we're at the set time for building services. Item 12A, receive competitive bids and award low contract bid for the Trosper Hoyt Juvenile Detention Kitchen Project. Kenny, take her
Ken
away.
Schmitz, Building Services. The item before you is to receive competitive bids for Trosper Hoyt Prosper White Juvenile Detention Kitchen Project. Per your prior authorization, we opened those bids earlier today in conjunction with the Auditor's Office. Thank you, Pat. We received 4 bids, which are the following. Nelson Commercial Construction, $158,200. L&L Builders, $154,400. W.A. Klinger, $189,000. And H&R Construction, $166,900. All of the bids include the bid bond and the addendum 1. Low bid is L&L Builders at $154,400. I'd like to have Kevin with GGA speak a few words about our bids that came in. And the original CIP we had slated for this or projected early on, actually over a year ago, was $160,000. And Kevin, if you'll take a moment and speak to the bids we received.
Kevin Ross, GGA. Good thing was we had positive participation in the bid process today with 4 bids on such a small project, so we're very pleased with that. Looks like L&L Builders, being the low bidder, all their stuff was verified to be in good shape on the bids, so I think we're good with that. The downside is we've waited, 14 months to bid this project and saw an increase in cost. I know originally the CIP we had slotted for, line item we had slotted for the project was about $165,000. 160, sorry. We saw about an 8% increase in construction costs in the last 14 months from when we originally budgeted this project. So on a project this size, obviously not a huge amount, but it is an amount that we didn't anticipate because of that delay. That being said, all the bids were close. I think everybody's bidding apples to apples, so there weren't any irregularities in that. But originally, yeah, we would anticipate about $142,000, almost $143,000 bid, and obviously today the low bidder coming in at $154,400. So yeah, just that time frame caused an increase in construction costs from when we originally budgeted this project. So that being said, I think it would still be our recommendation. I don't want to speak for Kenny, but I know it's a project that the juvenile facility needs desperately. I know they've been getting dinged from the state on some issues, and just for the good of the public, you don't have to go into the whole big thing, but what are the 2, 3, or 4 things that this will address, just so that people know what we're talking about out there? As far as doors or safety or master control? Right, so the scope of this project was to renovate their current kitchen and laundry area. I know they've had some issues with the equipment breaking down, and then some of the issues with the layout and the way they handle food, both serving and then taking dirty dishes and so forth there, as well as HVAC, lighting, and plumbing issues in there as well too. So what we did is we expanded that kitchen area, got them a walk-in cooler and freezer in there, got them some actual commercial kitchen equipment. That was part of the scope of the project. And then we moved the laundry out into a vacant alcove area and gave them that additional storage space in there as well too. So, and then created a separate serving window and then a dirty dish drop-off window so that they comply with local health department state regulations on that.
Created some security for their utensils and things
Correct.
like that. That was a concern.
Correct. Yeah, that's pretty much the scope of that project.
The reason I asked Kevin to speak to the costs and the 14-month delay we've had to get this out to bid, and I hate to take us off subject a little bit, but the reason I want to point that out is that we're talking about the possibility of doing something with our current law enforcement center, and we've been working on that for about 4 to 5 years, and you can see what the delay in construction did to this small project. In a 14-month period, we saw 7.97%
increase in cost in 14 months.
So you can imagine what that might do if you were looking at a larger facility or a larger project. What I'm requesting is that we receive these bids and we award the low bid to L&L for $154,400. And I'm also requesting that we increase the original CIP. We have to include Goldberg Group Architects fees, of course, which were previously approved. And I'm also asking for a 5% contingency, which would bring us up to a project total of $174,106.57. And so that is the number I'm asking for your approval on the CIP for.
Can we do that part with it not on the agenda? Do we have to bring that back next week?
I don't see the agenda item for increasing the CIP amount.
I don't have it on there, and I can bring it back.
Bring it back next week.
If need be.
So we'll focus on receiving the bids and awarding that. Can we do that all in one motion? Okay. I'll move to receive the bids.
Second.
Motion by Raddick, second by DeWitt. Any discussion?
Are we able to, Joshua, are we able to approve the low bidder,
Yes.
since we do have that request?
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Anyone opposed? That passes 5-0, and I'll move to award the low bid of $154,400 to L&L Builders.
Second.
Motion by Raddick, second by DeWitt. Any other discussion on that? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Passes 5-0, and you'll have to get that request on the funding next week. Maybe give them any ideas where. Item B, authorize county auditor's office to open LEC financial advisors proposal submissions on September 17th at 10 a.m.
We've sent out RFP advisor requests, financial advisor requests for the Law Enforcement Center. This item is to request that we open those bids at 10 a.m. on September 17th with the county auditor's office assistance.
I will move that.
Second.
Motion by Raddick, second by Ung. Any other discussion on this? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? That passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kenny. Moving on to item 13 from the county sheriff, discussion on creating a new sergeant position for the jail. It's an information item.
Doesn't look like Dave Drew.
Yeah. Thank you.
Tony Winger with the Sheriff's Office. I come today to give you guys a heads up, an idea I'm trying to move along down the road. As you know, we went from our old mental health group, and now we're with Rolling Hills. And we had a jail alternative coordinator that wasn't quite what we envisioned, the job being performed. I have a sergeant right now that is pretty much doing that job, not as a mental health, but he's somebody that knows all the players and can put somebody in contact with whoever they need to talk to. He performs other functions on trying to keep our jail population down, talking to the county attorney, talking to judges, talking to defense attorneys, talking to hospitals. He's doing that job. The problem with that is he's a day shift sergeant. And when he's doing that job, he's out of the jail. So he's out front doing that. And as a result, my day-to-day operations are suffering. I have talked with Rolling Hills, Dawn Mincer. We had a meeting last week, informed her what my idea was. They are all for it. I did some figure crunching, and we were paying our last jail alternative coordinator, Woodbury County 72% was paying, we were paying $39,579 a year for that salary. What I'm asking for is $11,648 to create a new sergeant position, not hire a new person, just elevate a correctional officer that I already have and make another sergeant's position. I went further than that, and I talked with Rolling Hills, and they are in such agreement that it's a good idea. They're willing to pay, well, I should back up. they're willing to look at paying $6,000. We have to go in front of their governance board to get that approved, but that's at the end of the month.
So you're essentially requesting we pay 6 and they pay 6?
Yeah, $5,648 for us is what I'm paying. And, Kenny left. I just wanted to give you, we gave you the phone revenues in April. We didn't know our revenues were budgeted at 0 because we did not know what was going on with that phone contract. Well, we gave you $87,000 April 30th, and today we gave you another $40,000 from that date. It looks like we're going to be able to budget maybe $120,000 a year that we didn't have budgeted as revenue. A lot of it's due to, we have a new texting service that the inmates are able to use, and they use it. So I'm trying to butter the bread here a little bit too, that I'm giving you guys some money you weren't thinking about. So that's I wanted to bring it for information, because if you guys say this is dead in the water, then I'm not going to waste my time going to the governance board. But we got to get you guys agreeing and they agreeing and coming together. So I guess you guys got to say it's a good idea first before I go to them.
So, first off, what was the previous jail coordinator salary?
$54,971.28 total. That was total.
But that did all come from the mental health levy, so
Right.
that's where.
But I'd say two things. I like the idea of going from 54,971 down to 11,648, and that mental health levy would be 52% us either way. So I think from a policy perspective, I talked to Don today. It sounds like it makes sense because Tony and Dennis, there's a good relationship there as far as with the county attorneys and judges and what is being done. The only thing that I think we need to look at from the governance board, if you remember, we helped Siouxland Mental Health with some of their needs because we anticipated some overage regarding staff, and this is one of those pots. But I think generally speaking, I think I'd be supportive of the idea anyway. I think it's just going to be number crunching back here with the governance board. So I just want to kind of have those two things out there that I think this makes good fiscal sense. But at the same time, we just have to look at how much did we take, because that's probably something you're not aware of.
I have no idea how the money...
That there were monies that were allocated for staff that we looked and said, well, we have some extra here that we can help the Friendship House. And so how much has been whittled away, but all that said, I think it sounds like a good idea.
In full disclosure, I want the new region, they're having 2 coordinators that are going to assist. They're going to be helping with the jail. We're so much different than the rest of the counties in the new region. When I told them how many people we booked in a day, they're all like, oh. So we're going to have 2 mental health specialists that Dennis is going to be able to rely on. Say, okay, where do we go with this person? Where do we go with? Dennis just has all, and that's what I'm talking, Sergeant Aliath. He just has all the ready-made agreements. He knows everybody, so he knows who to contact when something needs to be done. And people are used to working with him.
Okay.
Is there a reason that this has to be a sergeant position, or
The only reason
what are we gaining with that, I guess?
The only reason is because Dennis is an existing sergeant. He is a sergeant right now. And if I want to suck him out of the jail full-time and make this his job, so I need to backfill I need another sergeant inside the jail. If he was an officer, it would be I'd probably be saying he's doing a lot more work and needs sergeant position, but he's already a sergeant's position. That's why I'm asking to do this. Well, what were you thinking, Ron?
I don't know, if he's already a sergeant, but you want to backfill, I think you said you want to backfill his spot.
Correct.
And just...
And we had a sergeant's position a few months ago come open that we had a sergeant leave for a different position. And so we went through the interviews, and our interview board are existing sergeants and myself and the lieutenants. And we have somebody that's earmarked to be this next sergeant. That's the difference in the correctional officer's wages, is what he's making now to getting bumped to sergeant. And he still has one more step, so it would be even smaller here in a couple of years, because he's not quite a master correctional officer, he's a senior correctional officer. So he would get paid more. I'm confusing everybody, so I'll be quiet, but,
No, I get it.
so,
So it won't actually end up being 12,000, it's gonna be a little less, because he's gonna be bumping
yeah,
up
he's
anyway.
got one more step raise to do.
Sure.
But is the jail alternative position, is that a sergeant position?
I guess it will be if we get this passed. We don't have it was a civilian position up until July 1 of this year. You know, it wasn't anybody affiliated with the jail. I'm looking to get more bang for my buck, somebody that knows everybody to go in there and start doing this job. I think the county will be better served keeping our population down, keeping the mental health out, or getting them assistance so that it's not a revolving door. That's what I'm looking for.
Is he gonna be doing this job essentially full-time?
Oh, yes, this will be his job. This will be, and it's not, and I don't want you to think it's all going to be mental health related. It's going to be the people that, hey, where's their court date? But it's going to be mental health, it's going to be physical health, it's going to be where you at in the court system, what's your court date. He's already working with programs that gets young men jobs. They signs them up to Boost program. He's already working with a bunch of different agencies trying to keep our population down.
What's the total salary that this would be going to?
I don't have
Yeah,
that.
approximately, doesn't have to be that.
What do they make? 60,000, somewhere in there? I'm not sure.
So would it be fair to say that 15 to 20% of the time that there'd be diversion that would have to do with mental health? I mean, I know that's hard to quantify, but is that fair to?
How many people do we have? Do you estimate coming with mental health issues? I mean, half?
Population.
Yeah. So,
And the reason I say all that is I think we just need to make sure that the fidelity of mental health dollars, if what we're going to ask the governance board back there to approve is going to be to come up with a portion of 6,000, as long as we can say at least 15 to 20% of the time.
he's daily dealing with mental health issues, because he's daily talking to Siouxland Mental Health about who's came in over the night.
Yeah, that's good. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't something
Yeah.
where, well, he just misses once out of every.
No, we have enough mental health issues in the jail that they won't be cheated their money.
Do we think that Rolling Hills will, with the money, ask for shared supervision of this employee?
In our meeting, that was never brought up.
Okay.
I'm not going to speak for them, but it was actually brought up that compared to our last jail alternative, I now have more direction that I can give the new person, and it was.
You're right.
Tell them
Yeah.
what I want done.
That's the way it really should be anyway, but. And you've been talking about this for a while, it's not.
Yes, this has been on.
It's just the first time on
I
the
was waiting to see what was
agenda.
going to happen with the
Transition
jail
of regions.
alternative coordinator and how this was going to shake out. And Dawn was telling me to wait and let everything sort of work itself out. But this has been a goal of mine, is because I really feel my day shift team is being cheated, because they're down to one sergeant inside, and when that sergeant's gone, Dennis doesn't get to do this job that he has been doing. So let him concentrate full-time. I think will reap even more benefits.
So I guess a concern of mine would be, we do this, you upgrade somebody, do we need to then backfill the jailer that became the sergeant?
That, I have no plan of doing that at all. You guys gave me one as a July 1, and I'm willing to use that as the backfill.
Okay.
There's nothing in the future that I'm going to come ask. Well, maybe next year just to have another one, but no.
Sure.
No, I'm not going to be coming to you guys now saying, hey, I need another body. I won't be doing that.
Okay, that, I guess that would satisfy me, myself.
Sounds good.
Okay,
fine with it.
I'll go to the governor's board in the month, and then I'll put it back on the, for action after we hear from them.
Yeah, we need to know what they want to do, of course.
Okay, but it's fair to tell them, and I'm sure Jeremy will talk to them about, you guys are in agreement with going forward with this idea?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And was their commitment a dollar amount, or did you request a dollar amount?
It'll be $6,000.
6,000?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
Is there any other public discussion on this? All right. Moving on to item 14A from Secondary Roads. Mark Nara received bids for LFM D50 and returned them to the county engineer for review and recommendation. I will.
Thank you.
I want to preface the bid opening a little bit. This was a difficult project to estimate. Ben and I put in quite a bit of time taking a look at the estimated cost for this one. It's a large job and largest we've led in my tenure here as far as a grading project. And $1 change in either earthwork or clearing and grubbing can make a huge difference in what the bid's going to be. So that was our best shot at an estimate of what the cost of this was going to be. First bid is from Lieber Construction of North Sioux City, South Dakota. Bid bond is included. Total bid price, $2,179, or $2,179,418.18. 2,179,418.18. Next one is from C.J. Moyna and Sons of Elkader, Iowa. Bid bond was included. Total bid price, $501,271.43. 3,501,271.43. Next one is from Peterson Contractors Incorporated. Bid bond was included. Total bid price, $2,191,903.88. 2,191,903.88. Next one is from J.B. Holland of Decorah, Iowa. Bid bond was included. Total bid price, $3,374,802.53. 374-802-53. Final bid is from Mathers Construction Company of Correctionville, Iowa. Bid bond is included. Total bid price, $2,031,975.45. 2,031,975.45. I recommend the board accept the bids and give them to the county engineer for review.
I will make that motion. Motion by Raddick, second by Taylor. Any other discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And anyone opposed? Passes 5-0.
This is part one of the last two projects that are funded by the $1.3 million a year
Special project levy.
special project levy. We did have a credit to that. What Dennis had shown was the final revenues. We did get some money back from FEMA on one of those projects that we were keeping in the pot to help fund these projects. So next phase, after a couple of years for this to settle, we'll be coming back at you with paving for it. So we'll have a recommendation next week.
All right, thank you very much. So obviously 14 bid is not on our agenda. That's going to be reviewed. Item 15 is report on committee meetings. We'll start with Jeremy.
We just have 2 meetings upcoming, one with Sergeant Bluff and the City of Sioux City regarding the shared potential with the new jail and bringing that bonding threshold down. So those will be next week. And other than that,
I was at a Siouxland District Board of Health meeting last week. First outreach type meeting we did was in Mobile and met with the Woodbury Central School System to discuss topics that school administrators would like to know as far as, what to do with certain outbreaks and containment and things like that. So it was useful for the school discussion. Otherwise, there wasn't much participation.
That was, all right, either you guys?
Yeah, I had the 3rd Judicial District meeting the other day. After quite a few years with the same director, we have a new director up and running very well, but it caused a whole bunch of changes in what jobs people had to do to fill the spots, because she was one of the people and got promoted up, so we've had to kind of back and forth fill all those spots, but it seems to be going very smoothly, and hopefully we'll see some improvement in the facilities itself over there at the RTF.
I did not have anything. I had a Simcoe meeting, but nothing to report from it. Citizen concern round 2. Nothing? All right, board concerns. Jeremy.
just have one really quick. There's for all law enforcement emergency personnel and military, there's 27 to 28 September overnight marriage retreat, and if anybody wants more details, maybe we can send it out. It's a $500 cost. That's $25 because of corporate sponsors. They honor those who have fallen in the previous year. There's great dinner, breakfast, lunch, and so I may send that out. Talked to Dave this morning. It's an amazing event, it sounds like. So that's something maybe that we can distribute out to those emergency personnel.
All right, either you guys?
I won't be here next week. The call-in will be iffy. I'm going alligator hunting, so if we're back off the boat or not.
You ever watch that show?
Be sure and bring souvenirs.
I'm hoping to.
Coming back with some new boots. You ever watch the TV show, what's that, Gator Hunters or something?
Swamp people.
That's all right. Well, anyway, thanks everybody for making it to the employee appreciation lunch there. It was a lot of fun. I think the cornhole tournament ended up a surprising, amount of people registered same day to play. It was pretty exciting. A lot of games into sudden death overtimes. And how did it go for you?
Not very well.
Oh, okay. Just teasing. I don't know. Our team got beat by girls, so I don't know if we can say that publicly. If that's yeah, it's too late now. Legal advice? No. All right. With that, thank you, and we are adjourned.
Are you going to the Central Committee?
I was planning on it. My son's got a pizza potluck thing that I gotta do, and then I'm done with that. I'll probably head over, so I don't know what time I'll get there.
All right, to 6:30, I'll be there.
It showed on, I don't know what it was, email or Facebook or something. I got something that said that they had 2 speakers lined up, but it wasn't us.
Oh,
So I don't know that.
I don't know what that's referring to. I didn't.